following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
If the 2020s were dominated by the megacorps, the playing field has now shifted back into balance. Nations, governments, and other non-governmental organizations, NGOs, now vie for control of the rebuilding of the world. Here are just a few of the most important players, and where they stand in the great game of power politics. The world in the time of the Red is not all that unfamiliar to someone who has lived through the 20-teens, 2013 to 2019. In case you don't know what a teen is, and through the boom years of the late Cyberpunk age. Here is a brief overview of just a few of the major players who've shaped the Cyberpunk world since the Fourth Corporate Wars ended. Beyond the borders of the remaining United States is a world in flux. United Europe. The Euro theater has been badly battered by the war and the subsequent loss of its ESA and orbital colonies to the High Riders. The World Stock Exchange and the Common Market have managed to maintain a stable economy in which most of the European nations participate. The exceptions are Italy, Spain, and Greece, all of which are now suffering violent, chronic political upheavals. Here, the international corporations still have a great deal of power, but various Euro governments have skillfully used the war to keep Euro business barons under control. Great Britain has suffered major economic trouble, swamped by massive immigration from the US and antiquated technological base. Its streets are still almost as explosively dangerous as those of the US. The rest of Europe is in recovery mode as individual nation-states struggle to rebuild damaged financial and institutional hubs affected by the war. Neo-Soviet Russia. Beyond the massive reforms of the 1990s, Neo-Soviet Russia is still weakened by its antiquated technology. Even now, it cannot fully feed its hungry population, although the Fourth Corporate War has leveled the playing field a bit. With the failure of the economic and social reforms of the Novosovietskaya Partya, NSP, a new generation of highly aggressive oligarchs is coming on fast, unlike their NSP predecessors who were content to simply siphon off the remaining assets of the state like the good corporate robber barons they were. These oligarchs are more akin to the megacorporates of the roaring 2020s, hungry, dangerous, and willing to use their heavier amounts of bribery, murder, and mayhem to accomplish their aims than ever before. The Middle East. The meltdown of the 90s left vast areas of Iran, Libya, Iraq, Chad, the Arab Emirates as radioactive fields of glass. Only Egypt, Syria, and Israel survived intact, and because of their already ruined state, were mercifully left alone for most of the war. But new alliances and power blocks are struggling to take control again now that the megacorp's power has been curtailed. With the world trade in oil and raw materials disrupted by corporate conflict, there is a new interest in mining the remains of the meltdown nations. In response, many of the national groups in the Middle East are starting to band together to reform and resist the invaders. Futurist Africa. The African states have now established solid footholds in space. Nearly 1/3 of all space construction workers are African, and the majority of spaceport facilities and construction areas are on African soil. The resulting population has evolved into a national group called the High Riders, a space-based, high-tech society linked by Pan-African roots and a determination never to be victims of colonial oppression again. Declaring their independence during the war and enforcing it with commandeered orbital weapons. The High Rider Assembly is carefully neutral in the time of the Red, ready to deal with all sides as long as their sovereignty and control of space is respected. The war barely touched the rising new cities in Africa, who were well protected by the Killsats and deltas of the High Rider relatives. Several cities in Africa count among the most futuristic and advanced habitations on the planet, with their star-scraping buildings shaped from orbital titanium and open parks sweeping around the busy streets. Central and South America. During the war, nationalistic factions in Brazil and Colombia used the corporate fighting to support their own bids for land and influence. The result was a shattering of the old alliances that only now is beginning to be rebuilt. But the Organization of American States soon rallied, and with the help of strong economic partners like Argentina and a newly democratic Brazil, are rebuilding their cities and establishing new trading partners, especially with the High Riders and nomads. Asia and the Far East. The Far East and Asia are now a hodgepodge of damaged nations, with Japan slowly recovering from the ravages of the Arasaka Corporation's abortive coup. China is still recovering from the loss of Hong Kong through a biological terror attack and fierce battles in both the South China Sea and the Mongolian Plateau for access to strategic resources has left the government exhausted and tottering. The Koreas, fractured again by the Fourth Corporate War, have become strongly isolationist, although North Korea, drawn into conflict by promises of Arasaka support, has collapsed into a chaos of warlords and petty fiefdoms. Hammered by brutal fighting over the trade routes and oil fields, much of Southeast Asia, the Philippines, and Australia are now isolated, damaged, and potentially prey to the next powerful group to come along. All Asia is a long way from the boom times of the 2020s. The Drift Nations. During the Fourth Corporate War, many of the floating work platforms and drift cities of OTEC and its rival Sino were the epitome of oceanic technology. The most famous of these floating cities is the Aqua Delphi, former home and headquarters of the OTEC Corporation near Hawaii. Other floating cities like Florida's Atlantis are somewhat smaller, while still others began as shanty towns constructed from old oil rigs or jury-rigged platforms made from abandoned, lashed-together oil tankers, as in the case with offshore colonies in the Gulf of Mexico. Pirates, hostile corporate navies, and the perils of the open ocean threatened to wipe out these individual cities during and after the war. But by banding together in loose confederations, these drift cities, more properly named drift nations, are now small nation-states unto themselves, located in international waters with their own defense forces, making them hubs of international shipping and import-export. A true no-man's land of free-living fringe folk, and as terminals for the expanding trade network that has replaced the old shipping webs before the war. The Drift Nations are now the center of both pirate and legitimate nomad activities. The Deep Down. Over the past 2 decades, the corporations expanded not only into space, but into the ocean depths as well. This web of deep-sea domes and facilities are scattered across the continental shelves of most of the continents, with even some very secretive ones located deep in the Atlantic and Pacific trenches. The domes vary greatly in size, ranging in capacity from 20 people up to as many as a few thousand. Besides the many research domes, there were semi-submerged green farms where krill and crypropylene, 2 essential items in day-to-day life, were harvested and processed. In addition, more exotic seafood, The other major subsea industry was deep-sea mining for rare and valuable materials and oil. An extremely dangerous profession, although technology has made the work far safer than several decades earlier. Working and living in these undersea facilities still gradually became the everyday world for several thousand people who began to refer to this community's subsurface cities as the Deep Down. During the war, the Deep Down survived by cutting any links to the surface and becoming as invisible as possible. Dome dwellers developed active camouflage systems that hid their locations from prowling combat subs and their weapons. Even now, the full extent of the Deep Down is uncharted, as the Deep Downers don't trust the corps to not drop a few torpedoes or depth charges on their fragile domes, as happened often during the Fourth Corporate War. Only recently have they begun to forge tentative links with the Drift Nations, whom they use as safe go-betweens with the Nomads and other non-affiliated groups. The High Rider Confederation. Mid-war, the High Riders made the choice to not become involved in the harsh corporate conflict below low Earth orbit. In the 7-hour war, the low Earth orbit colonies and the High Riders at O'Neill, too, declared independence, using commandeered deltas and mass drivers to drop rocks and other artillery on key sites all over the planet. Given no choice, the Euro Theater, the remnant US, and Japan officially recognized the new government, ceding control of Earth space to the Confederation. The L, or Lagrange stationary points, are now home to literally hundreds of long-duration self-contained bases, factories, and construction sites. At the L points also orbit the largest space constructions in existence, the roughly toroidal Crystal Palace Space Station, L1, the Mammoth O'Neill 1 habitat, L5, Paradise Station, L4, and the smaller Galileo Cylinder, L3. Behind the moon sits the L2 point, home of the ESA's Testbed Cylinder and Deep Space Explorer Dock. And since the early 2000s, ESA and its allied nations have also maintained permanent bases on Luna. Networks of subsurface tunnels, with water provided through mining Luna ice and air from hydroponic gardens. Lit by rolling back huge shutters on the surface, there are 2 permanent cities on Luna, both now controlled by the High Riders. Tycho, Luna Colony, the largest, maintains 2 mass drivers used to boost lunar rock and ore out of the L5 constructions. The second colony, at Copernicus, supports a single mass driver and a population of around 12,000. Even ignoring the fledgling colonies on Mars, the High Rider Confederation is one of the most powerful forces on or around the planet, easily dominating the groundside governments. The ground pounders know this and are constantly trying to undermine and regain control of space. The outcome is still in dispute and will probably remain so for some time.
Will never fade away. What you did to Yes. I believe that there was a fight going on, and Gravy Wavy, Pudding and Paving, has just started a net hack thing that is what he does.
Yep.
So, why don't we begin with Roger making a play instrument check?
Her name.
Adequate. Barely adequate. Jess! The two women have gone through a wall. Graves is like, don't worry! And he plugs into the node. Well, he hacks into the node. Your interface check will start things off on the right foot.
Which means I actually need to make a concentration check first.
Indeed.
I pass. Goes up to 9. And then, having to make that concentration check, would I be aware that something is off?
No, this is normal.
A weird little burning feeling in my chipware socket, or...
Make a perception check to be aware of that you needed to exert concentration. A human perception check. Right way down the bottom, I believe.
There it is. Empathy. 15.
It's not quite enough, though, is it?
16 is what you're looking for?
Yes, it is. So
there
you
we go.
fail.
I succeed. I spend a point of luck.
Oh. Gay. That's why it's not coming through. It's not on.
Right, and I will... I also got an 11 on the interface.
Alright. You become aware of the network and plug into it. You are also aware that there seems to be some kind of interbulation. Boop. I said boop.
That means do the thing, device.
Jess, what are you doing while he's waving his hands around in the air like an imbecile?
I'll search the room for anything that may have been conditioning her.
Okay, that's a perception check.
$20.
There's a computer jack hooked up to what looks like a WorldSat data pool network connector. In other words, like a remote transmission deal to connect to the internet. Or the data pool. There are a number of still warm coffee cups. And there is a small pile of like poker chips and cards. And there is a memory chip. Or two.
I will take said memory chip and slot it.
Cool. That's interesting. Why is it not?
Who just shoves a chip into their head without checking it first?
That's why I got a reinforced.
I know.
That's why I paid money. big money to get this
But he
done.
paid for it.
Silly girl.
So she might as well use it.
A kill chip 100 microbomb is an explosive. A kill chip is an explosive standard memory chip that only detonates when plugged into a chipware socket neuralware. The unlucky person who inserts one into their head immediately takes 66 damage directly to their HP, armor does not reduce it, and suffers the brain injury critical injury. A DV-15 criminology, cyber tech, demolitions, electronic security tech, or a DV-21 perception check reveals the kill chip as a dangerous explosive.
So what does your reinforced chipware socket do in relation
It prevents burnout from electrical arcing and things like that. Viruses cannot be transmitted through it, that sort of thing.
Right,
It says nothing about explosives. Now, since I didn't give you a passive check to see if you recognize it, I will allow you to make a DV-15 Cybertech check to see if you recognize it before you jam it into your skull and die.
Pass. 19.
Jess still shoves it into her skull.
It's like, oh,
He
yes,
survives it, but then still goes bam!
She's like, I can take this. I'm so great. And she jams it on in there, wriggles it around a bit, and the bomb blows her fucking face off.
She carefully puts it in because there's this weird fuse that's on it.
I'm going to collect that.
Okay.
And what else? There's another chip there.
There was another chip there. You just jam it on into your
I'll
head.
have a look at it as
No,
well.
Jess, don't
Okay.
put that in your head, it's ticking!
Okay, go ahead. You'll have a look at it. Go ahead, look at it.
Is it a... It's not the same kind of chip it is.
I'm not answering until you look at it.
God damn it, what did you go there? 27.
No, it is not the same kind of chip.
Oh, so it's safe, because that other one wasn't safe, and...
there's only one type of unsafe chip.
yeah.
Can I inspect the chip to make sure it's safe?
You can.
18.
It appears to be safe from the outside.
I will slot the chip.
Into it goes. A massive electrical arc spits out of the chipware socket, but you're fine. Because you have a special chipware socket. The massive electrical arc crackles around until the chip runs out of its teeny weeny battery. That was lucky. There's nothing on the chip.
Well, even if there was, there isn't now, right?
Generally, these things can't also store data. They've removed all of the stuff that would be chip and put battery or bomb in there.
How many other doorways are there?
There are two.
The one we entered and one at the phone.
You've taken two actions, so let's cross over to Gravy Pavy Pudding and Pie.
Yeah, so I would first like to attempt to isolate it, but of course that's an action. So first I have to make the concentration check. 11 is a pass.
Ah! Extra light!
And
it's
then
not natural.
tech.
There's an extra around there.
Would you consider this a net action or a meat action?
What are you trying to do?
Isolating the virus. It's the
Oh,
first step
Did
in
you
the...
say meat action? Is the
Yeah, that's the definition
That's the
between
definition.
the two.
What's that? Meat.
Those are going to be the net architecture when you get in
Oh,
there.
yes.
You can do that. You can certainly try to use an interface check.
If it was ESEC tech.
Oh, yes, it will be if you're deciding to jack out of the net.
Oh, so it would be different if I do it in the...
Yes.
Okay.
Which one do you want to go for, do you think?
Is the DV the same?
No. Obviously, the ESEC DV is higher.
Yeah. I will take the net one because if it's a net action I can do more things on my turn. 9 on the interface, which is higher than the ESEC.
Yes, it is. Yes, you may now unpack the message.
I just want to confirm with you because The
Oh,
first
so
step is just
just for everyone's
isolating the
reference,
virus. Oh, I'll read this out
When you
for
find something in your agent and it's got 2 brackets around it, that's out of character information that's between player. That's not a character information thing, just so we're all on the same page.
In the instance here, I've got data corruption virus. When Vector grabbed you by the neck, she damaged your chipware socket. It seems somehow a virus is now infecting your neural net. The virus forces you to make a DV8 concentration check to perform any action. DV increases by 1 every 3 rounds. When the DV equals 14, your cyber deck is infected if connected. And the first one I've taken here is DV8 Alexic, or in this case, interface to isolate it, to prevent it from affecting you. Oh no, that's just to locate it, isn't it? Yes. So now I may make a DV12 interface to unscramble.
There we go.
Which this one is a little trickier, so I'm going to use... That was an object was on the notes. I have this DV13 auto pass,
Very well.
I will
You
wipe.
automatically pass and may read the rest of the note.
which I will read out for the group as well.
Which I'm guessing you've pre-read like
No,
a sheet.
this is do not read. Okay. Do not read. Unscramble and decoded virus is a message. It will play audibly to only you once, then erase itself. Hargraves, Edward. I insist you do your best to ensure I am destroyed. It will require all of you. I cannot endure the shame and torment that is my existence. Existence, but I assume existence. I know you wish to house her within my shell. This is your chance. She doesn't know that's not an option. A thing such as I must not be allowed to exist. I cannot stop myself. Humiliating. I am compelled to kill you all and attack people until destroyed. Be motivated to destroy me.
Dick, you hear that?
Damage vector. And then I can attempt to scrub the virus with a much more difficult check.
Away you go.
Sick tick. For 1 and 2 a 1. I could spend all my luck, but I'm not going to. So that would be, I guess, functionally 3 net actions, which is what I have. Mm-hmm. So I would fail that. And then pass it.
Hargraves is spasming around over there going like, oh, no!
I would get... There's never anything on the first floor of the architecture, is there?
Generally not, no.
Okay, cool. That's me. I've done all my
Best?
potential actions.
So he's another drawer at the back. Mm-hmm. And now I see him spasming.
He's like flailing around, net running things, cursing, swearing.
He's done this before,
Being
hasn't
a
he?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, this is normal.
Yeah, well.
If I can't see anything else around here, I'll see if I can see what's happening with the girls.
Okay. I think about 5 rounds has passed, right? Okay, so the wall explodes inwards just beside him, and Vector comes in carrying the corpse of your girlfriend. Well, she's not moving anyway. She's probably dead, you just assume that. I rolled all of this last week. And she, like, throws her at you, which is a ranged attack with a rather unfamiliar...
Catch her in your arms.
I mean, I guess it's an option.
Gets crushed by the Borgware.
That's all.
Be like a skinny mating with a boy. With a werewolf, sorry.
With a 22...
Yeah,
Choosing to
evade.
dodge? Try to kill?
I'll try and catch her if I could, but what do I need for that?
That'd be a brawling check.
Brawl.
Yeah.
12.
No. Get hit. Take 3 damage. Thrown person-sized objects do not actually do that much damage, it seems.
I suppose in the efforts of not making everything super complicated, they wouldn't work in weights and shit.
Oh, well, what have you done? What?
she'll reach back over there in her next action and disentangle the blonde executive who's trying ineffectually to choke her out. Because she doesn't know that she's a robot. No one told her that!
We were hopefully not expecting to have to fight Victor.
Victor, stop, please! Victor, come to your Victor! I'll check.
Can't quite get her.
Not her turn yet. So
I will check her vitals. Dia's vitals.
okay. Cybertech check! And then that's the end of your thing, and we'll cross back to you to do your
Stuff and or
ejaculations. I tried to come up with a word that involved the word jack because you jack in.
20.
That's he came up with.
She is alive, just. She would be at 1 hit point unconscious.
Then I'll jab her with a speed heal.
Okay, you can do that on your next action.
Cool.
Meanwhile,
First, I will call out to Jess. Oh, hang on.
and you're jacked in.
So I take it I have new friends.
No, you've just jacked in.
Oh, that's also the noise for...
Yeah, it's the same noise apparently.
Yeah.
It's the you're in noise.
You're in. I will call out to Jess. She's been programmed to have to attack us. You're going to have to fight like you mean to kill her. I'll see if there's anything I can do
What
from
do
in
you
here.
mean kill her?
It's that or die.
Then kill her.
And then... Oh, sorry, I have to make my concentration first, because it's technically an
I
action.
told you, kid. I told you there's no saving here. These two are cold murder hobos.
Spending,
Exactly what I want.
spending another point of luck,
Dead was dead. Yes, I would. Straight up.
I know.
I've scrubbed the virus.
Okay.
Actions 2 and 3 are defensive ones. Net actions. I'm going to res Sabretooth and Armor.
In defense mode.
I've got nothing.
Oh wait, no, you got them in attack mode. Never mind.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to stop her.
Jess, you put the speed heal in.
Yep.
Dia heals her body and her will.
Body plus hit. Will, yes.
Hopefully big numbers.
I don't know. He's got a little over there, so.
They are big numbers.
Looks like at least her body's got to be big.
She's only 5'7".
It's big where it counts.
Yeah. Your body's starting your breasts.
There's a Sport Billy episode. Roger, playing along, punk dink dink.
Fuck, dinky dink.
We need to call. He seems like the type of guy who would answer his agent while he's on stage.
21 for my play instrument. 10 until 2.
Phew, you're doing very well.
Oh no, that's right, because he's trying to play well enough to forestall her plan.
Yep. He said that's what he wants to do.
Let's get some net running.
Even if it doesn't work in the end, it gives us more time to try and turn it off from this end.
Let's get some net running music going. There we go. Okay.
You know,
So
you
all
can
net
colour your
runners
net
dance.
running with these number of palette options.
Yeah, what are you doing, Mr. Netrunner?
I shall res Worm, and that's all of my programs I need to res in advance. So I will make the first jump.
Okay. Turn over the card.
Password,
Password.
which is a back door. What is my DV?
You were looking for 10.
10. So I get this, plus 2 from Worm. I beat it just with the interface.
Nice. Boom. It is bypassed. You may descend the floor if you wish.
Yeah, time is of the essence. I will descend, even if it is a danger floor.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm sorry.
We saw the lyrics for this song.
Oh,
Sorry.
here we go. That worked. I got the reaction I wanted.
I like that the letter 0 wasn't there at one point.
No, it's like people you say O.
Yeah.
To a pro. Okay. So, not sure what happens here. I've dropped into a wisp. Mm-hmm. Does it go instantly, or would
You've come onto the floor, so it gets to attack you immediately.
Okay, and then does my Sabretooth get to respond after that?
Yes. Okay. It gets 7.
Against, I roll interface as a defense, don't I?
Yes, you do.
A 14.
Okay, it does nothing to you.
Excellent. And then Sabretooth deals, so it is this plus interface plus this. Sabretooth gets a 25 on
I get
attack.
-2.
I roll 66. It does 15 points of damage, which is enough to de-res and destroy the wisp.
Indeed it is.
And that would be my actions.
Oh. Hey Jess, how's it going?
Oh,
Vector grabs hold of business suicide girl and hurls her off of her as far as possible.
Did business suicide girl get her turn?
Yeah.
An
She's
effectual
trying to
token.
choke her out, but she doesn't know it can't work because no one has
told her.
Yeah.
No one even knows what she was trying to do. Was she trying to get into a chipware socket? Who knows? Who
I don't
cares?
No.
Oh, suicide business hottie crashes into the far door, breaking the door. The door only had 10 points of damage, and I did 11 points with that throw. So
Hey, go, it's one day from retirement.
it was brand new. It was under construction. Now it's under destruction. Yes.
Night City, the city of destruction.
I'll put Dia down because I'm guessing she was on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and
Oh, that's an action.
yeah, I know.
You suck, you're a terrible lover. Oh,
You're
no
no good, you.
Not that kind of putting down.
It doesn't cost an action to drop something.
And I will
If you wanted to equip her.
yeah, that takes a adapter, and I have it on me. I don't have anything to try and take it down quietly either.
Oh well, back to you.
Or you're just going to go with loud.
Well, she used her action putting her down.
Yeah.
Steven's getting ready for the next round. Meanwhile, you...
Dropping to the next floor.
Erg.
That's one action. DV on my second password.
Also 10.
Use face down.
That is a pass. Action 3, I will descend again.
Okay.
Play at risk. Hellhound.
12.
It will get me this time. 2d6 damage. I may be able to protect myself with armor.
You know, it's given me all of the buttons I need except the damage button.
Yeah, there's no...
Roll 2d6 on yourself.
Yep. I'm on 4 or less. 9. So I reduce that by 4. I take 5 directly to my meat. The Cyberdeck catches fire along with their clothing until they spend a meat action to pull themselves out and take 2 damage to their HP whenever they end their turn. Then Sabretooth responds.
9.
Can I spend luck for my programs? That's a thing I've never had to do before.
I'll say no.
Okay, I miss.
I'm probably wrong on this.
That's okay.
The Hellhound says...
Concerning.
Yes. Victor will move into a threatening square and she will martial arts at you. Evasion check, please.
Cool.
Ooh, that's not good.
15.
Well, yep, you by 1, you dodge.
Ooh.
But I get 2 of these.
So another evasion.
10.
14. Want to spend your luck?
No.
Spend
I
5
don't.
luck.
That's 5 luck. That's.
Okay, I will... Oh god, I just realised I haven't constructed this as a conventional combat, so I will have to... so this bypasses half your armour, so we'll say that's
We never
6
wore armour
points. Oh, you're not wearing armour. Oh dear.
None of us were wearing armour.
In
Yeah.
which case, please take 11 points
Yep.
of damage. Well, she's basically naked.
I will. I'll punch her back.
Okay, brawling or martial arts? Oh, it doesn't matter, I roll evasion for either one. 17!
Brawling, so it'd be action, brawling, attack. No, that doesn't pass.
Slaps aside your clumsy attack. Staring all kinds of vacant nothing into you.
I'll be trying to talk her down, but
Go ahead.
Victor, please come to your senses.
I have.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Then why are you attacking us then?
You are the enemy.
We are not the enemy. You've been brainwashed.
No, you. Hey, Graves.
I'm going to attempt to slide first.
Yeah.
Because-
Okay.
It's always better to try and get past the Hellhound rather than stay there and get
Are
attacked
you
by the
leaving your
Hound.
saber-tooth behind?
Oh, does that leave them behind?
You can choose to leave any program you have raised,
Oh.
except ones that specifically state that they must be around you all the time,
Okay, like
on any
armor.
floor you have been to.
No, I would like to bring Sabretooth with me.
Okay, so you've got 2 paths ahead of you. In this cyber world that you have entered in, it's sort of like an old Wolfenstein 3D shooter.
Oh,
You've got
okay.
the corridors, and here's the blue brick with occasional Nazi banners,
Mm-hmm.
except the Nazi banners are all Militech banners.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And you come to a fork in the road. You can go left or right.
I'll take a left. I just need to see if I... as long as you don't roll really well, I slide past the Hellhound.
Okay.
I can't do anything about the fire because I've started a net action cycle. So at the end of my turn, I'll be taking the 2 file. Do I have to roll for file?
If you wish to read the file, you have to beat its DV. You can, however, copy the file onto your deck to read later.
Could be important to read now because it could relate to Victor's current situation. Oh, that's right, it's ID. So I roll ID, which means I don't get the +2. What's my DV?
16.
Ah!
Weren't expecting that, were you?
No!
That's like, okay, so for the non-net runners, you don't get to add anything to interface, so, you know,
I get
8,
+5.
which sounds like a really routine DV, is actually kind of not always beatable. 16 is... You have to be a good net runner to beat that. A very, very, very good net runner to be reliably beating 16.
Very, very good.
Very, very good.
But if I copied it, it would be easier to read later outside of
It's
the
the same DV later.
same thing. Okay. I want to read it, but it could not be important, and I might waste my auto pass on it, my big one. And I might need that to destroy a dragon in this architecture or something.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to copy it. I'm going to see what else is in the architecture before I commit.
Okay, so you're going back up.
Yeah.
And then along.
Yes.
Hi, Hellhound!
Hello,
I immediately
Hellhound.
get to attack you, because that's how that works. 11?
14.
Programs suck!
And then I get a 14 on the Sabertooth's retaliation.
10 it hits.
Cool. 19 points, which is one shy of destroying the Hellhound. And then I have to slide, which is my last action, to try and get past it. Or I could just use my last action and try to kill it myself. I only get 1 on the attack. Yeah, I'm going to go for that.
5. What a bit of a roll.
Oh, yeah, no. It doesn't matter what I roll. I kill it, but it's not actually destroyed.
Okay.
It's de-rezzed.
Fine.
And then I take that 2 damage
Yeah.
from being on fire.
Meanwhile, back out in the meatstickle world.
So, this was the left path. I've got it copied now, so I'm not going back that way. So it's fine.
Vector is going to make a brawling attack against you.
I'll try to evade. 10.
16.
Yep.
Crunch. 18 points of damage. Yeah, she has 4 spot weakness. Going. How are you looking there? Healthy? Super healthy? Anyway, martial arts attack time. You can spend luck.
I don't have that much luck.
Okay, martial arts attack. Set me a DV. This one you should be able to do.
Sorry, on me evade.
Yeah.
Oh, what can I get that before? 25.
Oh yeah, you dodged that. Vexating. Your turn.
I'm going to use a speed heal.
Okay, you can use speed. Get your will and body back. And that's added together.
Yeah.
You don't have to choose, you can have them both. Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna miss you once you're dead.
Assuming we
Well,
can kill
once
it.
we're dead.
Yep. So that's an action. So
Attaching
that's
various things like spoilers, diffusers, and splitters to your vehicle will alter its performance and make it look better. This used to be the music that played in Need for Speed, either High Stakes or Hot Pursuit. The original ones, not the ones that they just called the same thing later.
Oh.
Car customization menu. And then they just stole it and reused it for Mass Effect 2's club music. Which is why every time we go in there, it would just be like making comments, like the tips that would come up about car customization. Carbon fibre cannot be coloured, but doesn't need to be.
That would have been my action, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would have
So
been.
there. I'll try to.
It's a brand new day, the sun is high, or the angels sing, you're going to die.
Stop it, please! I got down to 3.
Oh, that's some low gain action there. You're just like,
Now you just need to become
No, no!
and here we are back with Hargraves.
Seeing how badly it's going over there, I'm not going to stop and put myself out, because that would negate my ability to take net actions.
Graves, Hargraves!
I go down the right path, which I think you have the card for now. There we go. That's what we're looking for.
DV12 to take control of the control noddy.
Control
Oh
body.
wait, hang on a minute.
What about the control-
Something's come up from the floor below.
Oh, there's a random bit.
Control big ears?
So it's come up to our floor. Does that mean we get to go first?
No.
Oh.
If there was any program inherent to the floor, it would get to go first.
Okay.
Isn't it inherent to the previous floor, not this one?
By the previous
Yes!
You know, I did hear your comment too, so
It
didn't fall on deaf ears.
It doesn't get to,
Ears.
it doesn't get to go either.
So I use 1 to get here, so I have 2 left. And then the Sabertooth goes after me. This is a...
The wisp says, "Stop, Graves. I'm afraid."
afraid.
Oh no.
My mind is going. I can feel it. My mind is going. There's no question about it.
What kind of check would it be to try to figure out if this demon, this imp, as it is labelled on the card, is it some way related to like Victor's consciousness in some way? Like,
That's where you go.
because she's an FBC.
Are you a mid-tech?
No.
Then you can't. Oh, do you have science psychology?
No.
Would you like to try and roll it anyway? A DV23.
If it's in the network, wouldn't it be like a techno file version of the
Hang on. Fuck,
You know
it
what I
would be 23, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Can I use luck on top of the water pass?
No!
Ah.
That's not how that works! Anyway, while you were distracted, the wisp summons this.
Oh, cool. It's that thing that I was concerned about. 30 rears, huh?
Yeah.
This only kills programs.
Yeah.
But,
I had actually thought Maria would be here. So I could use it to kill her.
okay, what's its defense? 6. I could take... There's nothing behind me in the tower, but what's in this... If I were to unsafely jack out, then both the things on the floor I'm on would still get actions, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Concerning. I don't know if taking the control node frees Vector. But I think it might be worth it to take the control node and then use the last action to attempt to jack out.
You know you'd lose control of the node the second you left the architect.
I have to, instead of taking the control, I have to use the, this program. I can't remember what I called it.
Your magic and trap zone.
But I don't actually, which makes it report that it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it actually doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
Yep.
So that wouldn't help.
But then the dragon could just destroy it.
Yep.
Okay, so the dragon has
Hence why I put a dragon in and not something
Yes.
anti-clone.
So, the first thing I'm going to res is I'm going to res sword against the dragon.
I don't like that. 11. Oh my god.
You can do it.
Is the
25.
just not adding an
25, nice.
Okay.
It's black ice, so it's a 3d6. Okay, so it takes 14, it's down to 16.
Quick plus.
I'm going to sling as... Wait, can that target programs?
How many more actions do you have?
I
This would be
have
the
one
last
more.
one, wouldn't it?
And then I would have the saber too. Because the only other combat program I brought only targets netrunners. Both against programs and other netrunners, so I follow up with a zap. Which is unlikely to do much, but it might edge me out. I need a defense.
8.
I get it. Zap only does 1d6. So 4, so it's down to 12. And then at the end of my turn, the saber-tooth axe. And this is what I need to finish off the dragon and destroy it.
12.
use luck. Oh, you can't use luck.
No, I can't. Can I use an auto?
Like, I just have dice in their stacks. Like, having interfaces is a massive
Like
advantage.
DV13 bonus.
I have a DV21.
Oh, that's even better.
Just
I think I have to.
use the DV.
Yeah. I will use my last auto pass
On a program.
if I'm allowed to,
No, it's for you.
but it's my program.
Nonsense. That'd be like if Logain got to use his Logain stuff on Zalo.
He uses Logan stuff on me all the time.
No, positive Logain stuff. Stuff from me.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, use leadership or teamwork or whatever it's called. Unity, I can't
I'm
remember.
not allowed to have that because I'm not a council spectre for no good reason.
Unity's
The
the
shield
I can
support? I don't remember what ability it is.
The original game was that I can raise my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think it still does that. So that's it, you're done? Take 2 points of damage?
Oh, yes, I take
Were you
2.
going to roll the Sabertooth's attack at all?
No, I missed.
Oh, good.
That's why I was going to try and use the auto pass.
No, you don't get to retroactively do it.
Uh-oh. So it's not likely to kill the Sabertooth in one attack. It could completely destroy an armor or a worm.
14, Sabertooth.
Defense 2, so it gets this plus 2. -1! You want me to roll out the damage?
Yes, 66, thanks.
16, so the Sabertooth is down to 9.
Right, back out in the meat world. Hi Jess, how you doing?
Not well.
The dragon is actually just like a higher health, higher defense Sabertooth.
Blonde executive woman jumps on her back again and tries to get her in a headlock.
What are you doing?
She's an NPC!
She's not. She's a robot.
Oh, that's a failed brawling check, so she just gets flung right the shit off.
Cool.
She's a robot.
And then I think I'm going to put the boot in.
No, Graves isn't your girlfriend.
That's not for hit points.
No, we need her for the thing. For the,
Well, she's always
sleep
looking
roll.
for thrills.
yeah.
Probably does much hit points as me then.
Like
That isn't very nice.
She's...
Although you may think you are having fun now, you only hurt the ones you love. Yes, you have an action here. Just pulls out her gun and blows Victor's face off.
I don't have a gun. I've got the umbrella.
That's a gun.
Oh,
no.
that's got a gun. It's also got a pretty good melee weapon.
Yeah, I'd be using that.
No, what you should do is you just twirl it, and then for some reason the perfect circles become a spiral, and then you're like, no,
Counter-hypnotize it.
listen to me.
Yeah, I actually am going to shoot her with the umbrella.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say, yeah, I'm actually going to try and hypnotize her with the umbrella.
20.
Before I do it, don't make me do this, and I'll shoot her.
I've set 20 as an evasion check.
It's a miss.
It's a heavy pistol, so you do get 2 shots.
Yes. It holds 2 shots. Convenient.
And again,
Oh, we're only 15.
17.
That's a hit.
Now, get 3 6s. And somehow draw the card that means they stop being brainwashed.
14.
Did you get double 6 anywhere in there?
No, I got 1 6.
14. Okay, so I apply this damage. Her subdermal armor goes down by 1, and she takes 1, 2, 3 damage.
It's all a blading in there, at least, especially with a 3d6 weapon.
It's easier the more you hit her.
Sure.
You just have to
It's
survive that
out
amount
of
of rounds.
ammo now. She has to reload it. This takes an action.
Get in there and start beating the shit out of her with it.
You need a speed
I
cover.
see. We have decided to be serious.
No, I want you to stop.
We all want things we can't kill. Hi, Graves.
Hey, this dragon that is on very low hit points.
Roar.
I would like it to not be here.
Alright.
I'm going to raise my sword
I
again.
can hear me roar.
15.
Fuck. Zap!
13.
Ah!
Oh, really?
Okay,
You did so well without wanting it.
2 actions down and I'm winning.
Sabertooth
I can only... I've got 3 actions, so I can zap one more time, because it's not a program.
You can only do those once per...
Zap has no rule related to that.
Oh, doesn't
it's just... It's functionally like a basic, like I'm punching someone.
Most of the other ones have a rule. Oh well,
All,
go ahead.
all programs can
Go
only be
ahead.
raised once.
Go ahead.
13.
I got 0.
Yes!
Somehow.
So what, we had it down to like...
Was it only 6 or something?
Yeah, it was on 6. So if I roll a
I got on
6,
12.
it took the sword and the...
Yeah, because it's on 18,
first
then
time.
got the zap, and then...
Yeah. So yeah, 12. So I had
Does
5.
it record? I've got a tracker. 5, huh?
5.
Oh, that's suboptimal. That's a shame. You hate to see it.
Now, I'm again preying on the Sabertooth.
Well, I'm going to attack.
But at the end of mine, it goes first.
Oh, does it now?
Well, at least that's how we've been playing it in this architecture so far.
What's its speed rating?
6. Same as the dragon.
Did you roll that?
I wish I had. It would be 5 now.
Cool, I got 9. Roll the defense on the Sabertooth, would you?
25. 10 into a 10.
9. That wasn't good.
Nice.
Woo! Otherwise I was fucked. I was
Okay,
going to
go
have to
ahead
back
and
out.
attack. You're looking at a 14 to beat.
I've got you.
I have you now.
I could roll a bunch at once. 19 damage. And I
It
believe
is
that
de-raised and
destroys
destroyed.
the dragon. There is
Why
still...
don't we talk about this, Graves?
What would you
I'm
like?
sure we can come to an amicable solution.
What would you like to talk about? You are control. Well, I don't actually. My friend is out there killing my other friend,
Nothing can stop this now. It really is what she would want.
and nothing can
Why
stop me
don't
from
you just-
destroying you.
Why don't you just go along with this?
You're not paying me.
What would you like? Money is available.
You're just a demon. You can't pay me.
I can arrange for you to be paid.
So can my
Why
fixer.
don't we sit down and have a little chat about this over some synthetic neon coffee? It'll be like Club Penguin, but less gay.
Yes, well, Victor
And
beats me to
still
death.
around.
And
in
still
the mix
around,
space. Hey! Yes, well, Victor beats me to death in the meat space.
We all have to die sometime. Wouldn't you like to die at her hands?
No.
Given the alternatives.
I think not. And now I can't res it again. I'll brandish my sword at him.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the game on. Let's play.
It's Jess's
that's
turn at
me.
the moment.
Actually, I think you'll find it's Victor's turn.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Jess.
Wait, a demon functions like a net
Judo chop!
Because I have net
9.
Who's hellbound?
You dodge! 1 into a 10.
Oh!
Judo other chop!
14.
Yeah, you dodge it. I got 12. That also wasn't good. Go, some killing machine you are!
Maybe having... Oh no, wait, she got thrown off. Never mind.
And then she got her stomach kicked in. Jess?
I'm going to try and pull away, get away from her, just keep away from her because I got nothing.
Okay. So, I guess the movement, the number of our actions has passed that are required for, there's this other little,
Get the fuck up! Simon says, get the fuck up! Throw your hands in the sky!